Where are you from?
Where was I born or where did I grow up? I was born in Neuquén, Argentina. I grew up in Webster, Texas.
What was your first break?
Well, I moved to New York to do theater, and I booked a children's theater tour, which was how I got my Actors Equity card, which is like the beginning of making money as an actor. That was hellish. It was like 9 of us driving around in a van performing children's theater at like 9 a.m. every morning, and children are the worst. I mean, they're great. They're just like the worst critics. They'll tell you right away if they hate something.
What have you been in?
Right now, I play Rosa Diaz on Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Fox. I also have a recurring role on Modern Family as Sofia Vergara's little sister. You can see me in the latest Pee-wee movie, Pee-wee's Big Holiday, on Netflix. And I'm going to be in this beautiful independent film coming out soon called In the Light of the Moon.
How do you feel about this career?
I love it. I get to play pretend for a living, and at the same time get to help other people express feelings that they might not be able to express in their regular everyday life.
How did you decide to become an actor?
It seemed to be the only thing that I was like really kind of good at. Other skills were like maybe not my forte. I just wasn't able to sort of do anything as well as I could slip into somebody else's life.
How would you describe your specialty or type?
You know, what's interesting is that I'm not sure that I have a type right now, which is kind of cool. In real life, I'm very different than the main character that I play. In fact, like, fans of the show often get like kind of confused and sometimes angry that I'm not exactly like I am on TV, because in real life, I'm what the kids call a cinnamon roll, and on TV, I'm kind of a bad bitch. So I don't know if I have a type yet. I'd be interested to know what casting directors think, though.
Who is your favorite actor who you look up to?
There's quite a few that I really, really love, but I think Bryan Cranston is someone whose career I would love to emulate. He did so many ridiculous sitcom-y comedies for a long time, and then turned right around and did this like incredible performance in Breaking Bad. So I think he sort of spans both ends of what I would like to be able to do someday.
What would your ideal job be?
I have it, so I don't know, something like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Thanks, universe.
Do you consider yourself to be lucky?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, in lots of ways. I'm lucky and grateful, which I think is a good combination.
What do you consider, what advantages do you have?
I have the advantage of having had parents who really believed that I knew what was best for me, and believed me when I told them I wanted to pursue a career in the arts. They're immigrants, and they definitely came to the United States with an idea of what they wanted their kids to do, which was succeed. And then when I told them I wanted to be an artist, I think they were really afraid because they weren't sure how that was going to pan out money-wise. Was I going to be okay? Was I going to be safe? But they sort of said, fuck it, and they believed in me, and I'm very, very lucky that I had that.
What would you rather have, a car or a diploma?
A diploma. I got along without a car for a really long time. I was 30 when I learned to drive.
What do you think about the need for instant gratification?
I mean, sometimes it's great, you know. When that ping goes off on your phone when you get a text message, it like sets off like a dopamine receptor in your brain, which is like, people like me, yay! But I think it can, like anything good, it can go too far. You can have too much of a good thing.
How do you feel about how interconnected the world is becoming?
It's kind of wonderful. I know a lot of people say that there are lots of downfalls to it, but for example, when I came out as bi on social media, there was like a large response from a lot of young women, many of them women of color who had never had representation before that they recognized, lots of them Latina. And like, I just kept thinking, like, I felt so alone when I was going through that in high school. I just didn't know where to even turn to feel okay. And like, now someone can just get on Twitter and feel like, oh, I'm not alone. It's wonderful.
What does the future look like to you?
Looks pretty bright. Yeah, looks pretty bright. Like, when I imagine all of the things that are possible, and all of the things that human beings have already done for each other. It looks good.
How do you feel about having children?
I want to.
What challenges do you feel the world is facing today?
Well, you can laundry list them off if you want. Racism, homophobia, misogyny. Those are some of the biggies that I try to sort of battle in my everyday life.
What are you most grateful for?
A very strong support group of friends who care about me a lot. Parents who love me very much. A sister who loves me very much. And the ability to pursue an art form and feel like I can.
What is your favorite way to communicate?
Talking. In person. In person's my favorite, but also on the phone. That's the best. Hearing someone's voice, seeing their eyes.
What is your favorite book, film, and music right now?
Well, I'm listening to a lot of vintage Dolly Parton. I'm sure if you said that to her face, she'd be like, ooh. Let's see, my favorite book. I can think of my favorite play, which is Cat on a Hot Tin Roof by Tennessee Williams. And then my favorite movie. It's going to be a really hard three-way tie between Amelie, Spirited Away, and Bullets Over Broadway. Yay! Ta-da!